So let's learn about networking and sockets in Java. Okay. So networking means a way to connect two computers to each other, and then they can share resources with each other. So in Java we have the java.net package where we have some classes which help us in networking. So in a very important class in this is sockets. Okay. This enables communication between applications over a network. So let's learn about some basics of networking. Okay. So what is IP address? So it is a unique identifier of device on network. What is a port? Identifier of a service on a device. Okay. What is a protocol? How devices talk to each other. So the common protocols are TCP, which stands for Transfer Control Protocol. Okay. This is the most popular protocol, and basically it means that I have sent something to another computer, so I should get back the information that what I have sent is received there. Okay. So it is more reliable and it is more connection oriented. Then we have UDP. It stands for User Datagram Protocol. So it is less reliable, connectionless, but it is faster than UDP. It is faster than TCP. Okay. So some key classes in Java are InetAddress. It is used to represent an IP address. Okay. Then we have socket. It is used for client side TCP communication. Then we have ServerSocket. It is used to create a server which listens to client request. We have another socket which is called DatagramSocket. It is used for UDP communications. We also have a URL class. It is used to point to a web URL. Okay. So sockets can be of two types. We can create a TCP socket if you want to do a TCP communication, or we can create a UDP socket. Okay. So it is good for web browsing, email, and file transfer. This is better for video streaming, online gaming, because it is faster than TCP, at least not reliable but faster. So let's learn about these things with code example as well. Okay. So here we can see we have created a TCP server here. Okay. So at line number 8 we are creating a server socket for port number 8080, and then this server will run on this machine on port number 8080. Okay. And it will wait for, at line number 10, it is waiting for any request to come to it. Okay. It will wait for a request to come, and further lines will only get executed when we have a server request coming to us. If we have a request, we will read the request using get input stream. We have learned about input stream earlier, and then whatever is there in the request, we will print it. Okay. So we have created TCP client also, because it is running on a local machine. We have added the IP address as localhost, port number as 8080, and we are writing a message hello server. Okay. So if we debug this, you can see debug point had reached line number 8. It is not going to line number 16. It will not go beyond line number 10. Okay. it has just printed server is listening on port 8080. Okay. Now, if we run this TCP client, here what we are doing, we are creating a socket for port 8080 and localhost, and then using output stream, we are writing a message. Okay. And then using input stream, we will also see what do we get back from the server. Okay. So let's debug this as well. If we debug, this is right now writing to the request. If I hit resume, now you can see it has reached the server again. From client, it has reached server. So now it is able to read what is being sent from the client. So it is saying hello server. Okay. And then when we write something back to this socket, hello client, this hello client should go back to the client. Okay. So after we resume it, here in client, we can see in client code, hello client, server response, this we are receiving back from the server. Okay. Now similar to TCP, we have also created UDP servers. Here also it is same. We have created our DatagramSocket because UDP follows the datagram protocol. It sends and receives using datagrams. So again, it is also sending. It is waiting for the client, and what it receives from the client, it is printing, and then it is sending something back to the client as well. Okay. So let's debug this as well. The UDP server is started. This line has printed. Now it is waiting. Okay, receive packet. Now if we call this UDP client, here again we are keeping the DatagramSocket on. Here we are using InetAddress for localhost, and we are using port 8080. So we are creating a datagram packet, and then we are calling send. So let's debug this as well. So in the client, when we click send, we get into the, we need to run this again. UDP server, debug, and UDP client. So here we are using socket.send on UDP client. When we send, we can see we are in the UDP server and we received the message. And now from server, we are sending back. So it is coming back to the client, and we are printing the client response as well. Using TCP and UDP both, we can create server and client. Server will wait for client response. Client will send the request. Server will receive the request. It can process it. It can send a response, and client will receive the response back. Okay. Let's do an example on URL as well. So in this class, we have used the URL class provided by java.net package, and we are, pointing to this example.com. Okay. And we are trying to read if this example.com sends us back something. Okay. So whatever it sends, there is a while loop. It will continue to print all the response. So if we debug this, we can see right now it is, trying to connect to example.com. It has made the connection. Now it is reading the response line by line. So, the complete HTML of the page will get printed here line by line. Okay. So if I resume it full, you see the complete HTML of example.com is printed here. So this way you can use URL class, and then buffered reader. We have learned about buffered reader earlier, to make a request to a particular URL host name that you pass in the URL class.